Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. This is a special meeting. I'd like everyone to take a moment of silence in memory of George Floyd. Then we'll follow that by the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to ask the clerk, call the roll.
Basson,
Here.
Weigel, Leader, here, Benvenuto, Stats,
Here.
Adams, Mettler,
Here.
Collins,
Here.
Riley,
Here.
Eldridge,
I'm here.
Fury,
Here.
Chipkowski,
Here.
Ligonia,
Here.
Sterling. Supervisor Sterling. I thought she was on. Mia?
She's here, Kelly. She's muted.
Okay. I wonder if she's having problems.
There. Okay, I had trouble. I'm here.
Okay, that's what I thought. Mia?
Here.
Chimitas?
Here.
Mussman?
Right here.
Valera?
Here.
Guzzi?
Here.
Hoatling?
Present.
Morel?
Here.
Knott?
Here.
Skoda? Brian Skoda? Okay, we have 2730 present, 805 absent. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll go right to the reading of the resolutions. I believe we have to take a roll call vote on each one of them.
Yes.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Okay, so we have resolution 162 of 2020 and 163 of 2020.
Okay, we need a roll call on 162 of 2020.
I'm just pulling up the roll call vote because it's a 2/3.
Do we need someone to move the resolution, Chairman?
I'll move the resolution.
Okay. Second, okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Okay, so we'll start with resolution 162. Which is a resolution delegating to the county treasurer of the County of Columbia, New York, the power to authorize the sale and issuance of up to 15 million revenue anticipation notes of said county into anticipation of the collection of revenues to be received as sales tax by said county in the current 2020 fiscal year of said county. So, Basson.
Yes.
Weigel. Leader.
Yeah.
Benvenuto. Stat.
Yes.
Adams. Mettler.
Yes.
Collins.
Hey, Art, can you mute?
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Eldridge.
Yes.
Fury.
Yes.
Chipkowski.
Yes.
Ligonia.
Yes.
Sterling.
Yes.
Mia,
Yes.
Chimidas,
Yes.
Mussman,
Yes.
Scalera,
Yes.
Guzzi,
Yes.
Hoatling,
Yes.
Morel,
Yes.
Nutt,
Yes.
Skoda is absent. Okay, 3006A and 879 absent. The resolution passes.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just writing it down, so bear with me one sec here. Okay, so then we have resolution 163 of 2020 which is authorization for an amendment to the implementation of emergency fiscal programs and budget amendments in response to COVID-19 pandemic. So we were
I need a
also doing,
motion.
I'll move the resolution.
Supervisor Hoatling, second. Supervisor Bury?
Yes.
We
Second.
need a roll call vote again.
is that a 2/3, or is
Yes.
it a, okay,
It's 2/3.
okay. Basson,
Yes.
Weigel, Leader,
Yeah.
Benvenuto, Stats,
Yes.
Adams, Metler,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Eldridge,
Yes.
Fury,
Yes.
Tipkowski,
Yes.
Livonia,
Yes.
Sterling,
Yes.
Mia,
Yes.
Chimidas,
Yes.
Mussman,
Yes.
Scalera,
Yes.
Guzzi,
Yes.
Hoatling,
Yes.
Morel,
Yes.
Nutt,
Yes.
Skoda. Okay, again, 3006 A's and 879 absent. The resolution passes.
Okay, thank you. Do any supervisors have anything to bring to the board?
Chairman, I had a quick question regarding the county safety plan. I know you guys are working on it. My understanding is that the county offices reopen June 8th, but not to the public. So will it be at the regular meeting that we have to adopt the safety plan just before the public is allowed in the building on the 15th? Or do we need to meet to adopt that before the employees go in on June 8th?
I'm not sure. We're following state guidelines, so I'm not sure we need to adopt anything.
Oh,
in
okay.
terms of the plan. And to be quite honest with you, since we released the plan yesterday, we're already having to make changes to it today. It's pretty fluid.
Right.
Because the guidance we're getting changes.
Okay.
But it's, I think it's following state guidelines. And, and actually we're going to be sharing with all the towns so that, they can use all or parts of it.
Great. Thank you.
Rob, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think you hit it. The county attorney looked at it. In addition, our labor attorney looked at it as well. So as Matt said, we had it all completed, and then new guidelines came out last night. We've got to tweak a couple things. So there's been plenty of eyes on it. We've copied most of the state guidelines. So I think, and it also, honestly, Supervisor, we could have to tweak it as we move along, as we've said. So
Right.
we're at.
That's part of the reason why we're opening the 8th, but not opening to the public till the 15th, because we anticipate, that we're going to learn some things as we move forward.
Right.
We've been very cautious as to how we're bringing back county employees. As Matt said, I mean, we're bringing just staff back. Department heads are only coming in Monday, then a slow rollout of staff, and then we'll bring back the public. So our county facilities has done an amazing job. We've been working real hard on everything to get everything together. We have all our PPE. We've put a lot of policies in place and procedures. So we're pretty confident. I'm not going to say that we're not going to have any bumps and bruises. We are, but I think we're ready to open. So,
Supervisor Ligonia and Michael Reardon have become fast friends during this process.
So can I ask one other question? And this is actually on a town level, but just we have it that the town board's going to adopt it. The attorney looked it over. We used the template, but we added in our own answers to some of the questions. But just to have some kind of, I'm HR as well as town supervisor, so just have some wording that as things change, fluidly, that the HR town supervisor has the ability to change with updated guidelines so that we don't have to have a special meeting every time something shifts. Is that what towns are doing, or?
That's what I'll be doing. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Any other supervisors?
I have something I want to say. I want to thank the chairman and all the board for supporting the moment of silence for George Floyd. I'm hoping that the county can continue to send out a signal that we don't condone police or brutality in our community. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Supervisor.
Chairman, this is Peter Szykowski. May I make a statement?
Sure.
I wanted to acknowledge the presence of the county sheriff, Sheriff Bartlett, and a couple of deputies yesterday in Hillsdale at a peaceful rally honoring George Floyd. So just wanted to make that point and appreciate his presence and participation in the rally.
Thank you. Anybody else? Just, if not, a couple of quick announcements. We just received guidance on high school graduations, and we're going to be reviewing it. I just received not long before this meeting, so I haven't had a time to thoroughly review them, but it's, I don't, from what I did see, it's not what I expected. I think there are, it doesn't allow for assemblies of more than 10 people. So we're going to have to take a close look on that. Myself and David Harrison, as well as Jack Mabb, are going to be meeting tomorrow morning to review the guidelines and then review the 5 or 6, actually we've got 6 now, proposals from school districts to see if they fit within the guidelines. So I've asked the schools to be patient, and we'll be getting back to them hopefully sometime tomorrow. Also, that we just received guidance, as I'm sure you're all aware, about outside dining is now allowed for restaurants to have that ability. So there are 4 tables waiting for people up at Ligonia's.
Just to add to that, they just came out with some new guidance from the state liquor authority as far as that too, because most liquor licenses, when you apply for a liquor license, you have to actually put in your layout and your plan of what you physically are going to be, where you're going to be serving liquor. Now you're extending that outside of your premises. So there are guidelines for that now. They're allowing it, but I'm just saying there are guidelines. So I can forward those if you want.
And then also locally, Lebanon Valley Speedway is now allowed to test and tune without crowds, only with drivers. And I know that Supervisor Hoatling is probably thrilled about that, as I am, because I was receiving daily calls regarding that issue. But all the racetracks throughout the state now can test and tune. I've never heard of that until just recently, but now I know what it means.
Thank you, Chairman, for your work on that. I had Howie calling me and I said, I don't really have a lot to do with it, but I support you and I'll continue to support you. And I have one request, Chairman, on one of the upcoming press releases. Could you include something about the graduations? Because I know our school district is getting a lot of grief from parents. Why are you keeping the kids in the cars? You're seeing Facebook posts from other states where people are outside a big group, they're 6 feet apart, and they're just assuming that we're allowed to do that. So maybe just to clarify for people that, the guidelines don't allow that.
I would assume that tomorrow's my press release tomorrow. We'll talk about that.
Right.
And you're right. I already had a conversation with a principal from a school asking us to help them make a decision because they're getting, parents aren't believing, as you said, some of the guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to add my thanks too for the emergency management team in this county, the Department of Health and the sheriff, Matt, Rob, Bob Gibson, Rob Fitzsimmons, and everybody has been incredibly patient, thoughtful, and whatever. And I think there's a lot to be said by how calm I feel our county really is thanks to the emergency management team. We owe them a great deal.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fran.
I agree.
I have a question about camps. I know that the state has issued guidelines that day camps are allowed, but I believe the county health department is sort of discouraging them. Are day camps allowed to continue, or do they need approval from the county?
No, they're allowed to continue. They would have to submit a plan like they would normally now, and it's and the plan would have to be accepted by the health department, and it's not an arbitrary acceptance. It's based on meeting certain criteria, which has always been the case. What we did was just to make a recommendation, a strong recommendation, because our feeling was that summer camps would not be able to be ready, and we also were concerned about the social distancing among children. The state obviously overruled that. So if a camp wants to proceed, it's up to them. All we can do is make a recommendation. We did it when we did it because towns were asking us what they should do. And so we met, myself, Rob Lagonia, and Jack Mabb and Ed Coons met, and we decided that the best route would be not to open summer day camps, but we were overruled.
And if, as part of their safety plan, are they allowed to have more than 10 kids in a single space, or are they supposed to have 10 or less? Like what I guess I'm also confused about how to do it safely.
The new guidance for opening summer camps, as far as I know, Supervisor, has not come out yet.
Okay.
On the excuse me, Supervisor, but on the 29th, they're supposed to give us the guidelines for that.
Okay, thanks.
29th of June?
Yeah.
Wow.
When did camp start? 29th of June?
Yes.
Part of the main issue that I think's been true of every phase, and now we're facing with summer camp, is June 29th is when summer camps can open. I imagine a day or two before that, just like we've seen with each phase of reopening, there will be these guidelines, and I'm sure they're going to be very intensive. And so we as a town, if we're going to hire staff and then not know till the 29th and commit to families and then not know till the 29th if we can even meet the guidelines that are set forth or not, it's a pretty tough position to be in, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The guidelines, for instance, they announced yesterday that restaurants can open today. There's 15 or 18 pages of guidance. But there are restaurants that aren't opening. They said they can't meet the guidance. They can't do it. So it's been that way with almost everything Matt and I have experienced so far, that the guidance comes out the last minute and it's difficult to plan for it. So it's been very challenging, I have to say.
What about
I was just going to say, I'm sorry, every day I'm on a call with the Capital Region chief electeds, which include Albany, Rensselaer County, Warren, Washington, Saratoga, Greene, Columbia. And this is an issue that gets brought up regularly about the timeliness of the guidance. We pushed them the other day that we know phase 3 is going to happen in 2 weeks, hopefully. The guidance should be out for phase 3 now. It shouldn't wait until a day or two before phase 3 is supposed to begin. And that's been a consistent message we've been given the state in terms of the release of guidance.
And you can't go on with other guidances because, for instance, hairdressers came out the last minute and hairdressers now have to be tested.
Yeah,
So-
once every 2 weeks.
Right. So if you were following guidance for something similar,
Right.
when the new guidance comes out, you can't be prepared. So it's very difficult.
I have a question.
Okay, Sarah?
I just wanted to add that I would rather more stringent guidance than less stringent guidance, in the sense that if we're going to have summer camps, I do think that we need to be careful about how we're having them. And I appreciate that in Albany, when they're figuring these things out, this is all new to them too. And so I understand the need to have them soon, but I also understand that these are difficult territories for them as well. So
No,
thanks.
you're absolutely right. It's a new world for all of us. And a lot of these decisions are being made on the fly. Supervisor Sterling wanted to say something.
Yeah, I'm wondering about daycare. Are they allowed? Is there any way a summer camp could be considered daycare?
Some are, and some receive a daycare license to be able to do that, that's why they're called summer day camps. Years ago, we used to call them recreation programs. Now they're summer day camps because they have to meet daycare requirements.
So maybe for Hudson that could work.
I have one question, Matt. Church, mosque, they can open it?
I'm sorry, Abdus who?
A church and mosque and religious organization that
Church.
can open it?
I haven't heard anything about churches as of yet.
Just the
I
10,
know, I'm sorry?
10 or less?
10 or less people, yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, Chairman Denal Collins, I wanted to thank you for your press releases, especially yesterday in light of the governor's Tuesday announcement about the camps. I wanted to thank you for being willing to stand up for those of us who've already canceled our camps and are concerned about the kids and the distancing and the transmission. I think it's a strong stand, and I appreciate you doing that. Thank you.
Thank you. And that, well, again, that was Supervisor Lagonia, who's Chair of the Health and Human Services, myself, and Jack Mabb. I mean, there wasn't any debate over our feeling over this.
Yeah, when I saw the announcement, I reached right out to Rob and Jack, and great words of encouragement from them, and wise words too. And I wanted to appreciate, I appreciate all you guys. I really do.
And I will say that this was this decision was made 2 months after the governor made the statement that he wouldn't, if he had a child, he wouldn't send his child to a camp. So,
yep. Thank you all.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks.
Anything else? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Sarah Sterling, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.